Here's what happens when you advertise on KBLA Talk 1580.
3, possibly 4 weeks ago, I heard an advertisement on your radio station from a company called Grid Solar. I would love to have that phone number so I can reach out to them with reference to solar panels being installed on my property.
Our listeners are aware and engaged, but more than that, they are loyal. When they hear empowering messages that uplift their community and help them live better lives, they respond. No medium reaches this coveted black audience like KBLA Talk 1580. So, hit us up today at smb@kbla1580.com and let us help you connect with our loyal listeners. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. Money to put.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
When you and I see the same thing, not you see the thing differently and I see it differently. When both of us see something actually happening as it is, then we can both look at it. But we say that is not happening, only it's imagination, or it's this, that, the other. You follow what I'm saying? So what will make us come together? I'm not talking sexually, that's the, in this permissive world, that's the most silly, obvious thing. And we think that is being together. Let's put the question differently. If there is no tomorrow, psychologically the future, what is my action towards another? Future implies no ideals and no past either. You understand this? If the future you deny psychologically, you also must deny the past. I don't know if you follow this. Gosh. Will you let your past go? Your hurts, the wounds that you have received, the unfulfilled desires, the anxieties, which is the past. So psychologically, if there is no future, it applies also psychologically, there is no past. I wonder if you see this. You can't have one.
You listen. You know good well if I start with Krishnamurti, it's about to be crazy. Oh Lord, it's about to be crazy. If I start with Murti, it's about to be crazy. The voice of reason. On my Friday, today, Thursday, you already know what it is, man. Listen, man, it's about to be crazy, crazy, crazy. See, tonight's topic, to err is human, to forgive is divine. The essential art of living, learning, and loving. We're exploring the provocative truth behind forgiveness as a radical act of power. Thus, this captivating dive uncovers the skills we all need to embrace our human flaws, right? We're going to grow through our mistakes. We're going to grow up through our mistakes and master the divine art of forgiveness in relationships. Can you truly learn to live, love, and let go? This is a controversial look, right, at the intersection of humanity and forgiveness. And it's going to be heavy. But let me tell you why it's going to be heavy. Nobody ever taught you how to be with another human being. We've been taught how to act with another human doing. I want to know, why is it that we run first from our own humanity and then from the humanity of others? We have to make a few distinctions here as well. Distinction number one, everybody, listen, when you say everybody is a work in progress, right? Everybody's flawed, everybody's broken, everybody comes from some type of situation that they carry into their adult relationships, right? Fine, we've established that. So if everybody's messed up, why is it then the person, like, for instance, if hurt is on a spectrum, right? What do you mean, hurt on a spectrum? Yes. Not all actions, right, are the same. So you get somebody who is a narcissist, a sociopath, or a psychopath. That makes up what they call, the triad, this evil triad, right? That is egregiously malicious humanity, right? Somebody cheating on you should not be put in the same category as somebody that, is a psychopath, or you understand what I'm saying? Like somebody lying to you in relationships or betraying you in some way. And we all know that pain is personal, right? We all know that pain is personal and people process it differently. But the problem is, we see anyone who hurts us in much the same way. I'm saying the reaction is much the same as it is with somebody that's a part of the dark triad. So we have to make somewhat of a distinction here. Just because you didn't get what you want doesn't necessarily mean that that person is just this horrible person. We have to learn how to be in relationship with human beings. And I think it's very difficult because, like I said, no one has ever taught us, how to accept ourselves. So this is why I'm making that distinction. Not everybody who hurts you is part of the dark triad. Not everybody who betrayed you is part of the dark triad. Psychopathy, psychopathy, Machiavellianism. Not everybody is a part of that triad of malicious, malignant humanity. But humanity in and of itself is deeply flawed. So when you get into a relationship with somebody, guess what you got to do? Relationship is about the listen to what I'm about to say, man. I'm trying to give this to you real and raw tonight. Relationship is really about, especially when you choose to be with somebody, you got to live with their flaws. So relationship is really about the continuous practice of forgiving and letting go. See, we think if I forgive you once, if I forgive you twice, right? Or maybe I'll conditionally forgive you and hold it over your head a little bit and remind you that you owe me. Like, we play these silly little games. When you choose somebody to love, right? Somebody to deepen a connection with, you're signing up for this endless process of letting go and forgiving. But many people don't know that they're signing up for this because, again, we've been conditioned to go into relationship looking for the best deal, right? And the best deal equates to the best outcome for you, right? Man, this would be great if I could get this. If she looks this way, if she behaves this way, if her temperament is like this, if she can cook, if she can. We're looking at it from a what I can get out of it kind of approach, right? But nowhere have we ever been pushed, right? Nowhere in our adult lives have we been pushed to learn how to relate to humanity. A lot of that has to do with the lack of self-knowledge. We don't know how to relate to ourselves. The relationship with ourselves is poor, right? And so that's what kind of conditioned us to go out into the world and find somebody that's going to be the mortar in between the bricks of our ego, right? To err is human, to forgive is divine. The essential art of living, learning, and loving, right? Healthy, I want to ask this question. Agree or disagree? Healthy human relationships are based on a couple's ability to forgive and let go. Are you listening? Again, agree or disagree? Healthy human relationship, right? Relationships are based on a couple's ability to forgive and let go, right? Now, if we take it from the clinical side, they're going to tell you the number one factor that keeps a relationship together is conflict management skills. But you weren't taught conflict management skills. You modeled whatever skill set or lack thereof in early childhood. So if you came from an argumentative, combative, competitive, communicative family, that's who you are in relationships. That's in your toolbox. If you came from the stonewalling, right? I'm going to snatch affection up back because I'm mad. That's your communication style. That's what's happening. The avoidant style, right? You see? So, again, we're taught or we're conditioned. They have to come from an upstanding family. They have to believe in God. They have to gainfully employed. They have to have something going for themselves. These are all things that are to be done. But no one has ever taught you how to be with another flawed human being because most of us come from families that never taught us how to be with ourselves. Like self-acceptance as the motto in the house. Hey, no matter what grade you get, you're still special, right? No matter what anybody says about you, you have to matter to you, right? I remember when my oldest son, we finally picked a high school for him to go to. I was adamant about not letting him go to the neighborhood school because I didn't want him to be in no gangs. I didn't want him participating in none of that. So we went to a whole nother school on a whole nother side of town, right, in a different area. And I remember walking him around the campus. And I said to him, this is a society. If you went to another school, that would be a culture and a society. But if you choose to go to this school, you'll be a part of this society. Now, there are going to be some really good things about this society, and there are going to be some very negative things about this society. I said, the most important thing you need to remember is every time you come home, you got to be you. You got to still be you. I said, you're going to see things that you've never seen in schools in your neighborhood, right? I was just explaining to him how he mattered. You matter. The you that's walking in here right now means something, right? So, again, it's rare that we get taught how to embrace our flaws, right? It's rare that we get taught how to have a relationship with ourselves. To err is human, to forgive is divine. When I come forward, the voice of reason is going to peel into these questions, and I'm going to dig even deeper in setting up this topic for you. But I really want you to call in. Do you know how to be with a human being? Or is a human doing more important to have? When I come forward, we're going to turn it up a notch.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tavis Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere. This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't do Jeffrey Osborne up in here. Come on.
Sensitive, That's what I am. Make no mistake about it. 'Cause the little things certainly mean so much to me. Maybe I should tell you that I have my faults, and there are no guarantees. Oh, baby, can't you see? I'm only human. Don't ask me for too much, too fast. I'm only human, babe. I'll be so very careful not to ever hurt you.
We are asking, is there a way of living which is only from moment to moment, without any retention, which is memory and so on? Is there a way of living in which how shall I put this? I want to communicate, therefore I must find because communication implies, listen to this, communication implies compassion, clarity, and skill, which is verbal skill to communicate. If there is compassion and clarity, skill will inevitably come about, not the other way around. I want to tell you something very deep, and I must have the skill to tell you the words, the means of communication. But that communication remains only verbally when there is no compassion and clarity. Intellectually, one can cleverly argue this out, logically, sanely, objectively. But
come on, Murty! Man, I love it when he get to cooking. But he's breaking some things down that are quite clear. You can have all the intellect in the world, all the logic in the world, but if there's no connection, right? Communication, to commune with one another, right? Oftentimes we're just waiting for our turn to speak. We don't know how to be in a relationship with a human being. I'm going to read these questions real quick, then I'm going to the phone lines. Agree or disagree? Healthy human relationships are based on a couple's ability to forgive and let go. What if our flaws are actually the gateway to deeper connection and intimate relationship? Let me say that again, because I know I'm running through the questions, but I want it to marinate. What if our flaws are actually the gateway, right, to deeper connection in intimate relationships? In what ways does the fear of being wrong hinder authentic communication? How does the concept of, you've heard me say this before, namaste, the recognition of the divine within others and ourselves, shift our perspective on forgiveness? What role does vulnerability play in the act of forgiving oneself and others? Could embracing our imperfections be a radical act of self-love? If so, how so? How do social norms around perfectionism impact our ability to forgive? In what ways do the teachings of Buddha and Jesus Christ align, right, regarding the nature of forgiveness. How does acknowledging our interconnectedness change the narrative around forgiveness? I know you guys are not ready. What are the psychological mechanisms that prevent us from accepting our flaws? How does the act of judgment against ourselves or others serve to reinforce our own insecurities? See, this is what makes us human. The very brokenness and limitation of humanity is actually the glue, the magic that makes the connection real. Now, the problem is if you live in a transactional society, and I don't mean just transactional in terms of material things. I'm also talking about psychologically transactional. If you give me something for my wound, I'll act right. Me acting right is a gift to you, but it's not really a gift. It's on loan, because as long as you're giving me or giving us, me and my wounds, me being the ego, the center of myself, if you're giving us something, supply, then I can give you what you... Do you see? There's this psychological transactionalism that's going on. Do you understand? This is about to get crazy tonight. Right? It's about to get crazy tonight. It's very important that we understand to be in a relationship with a human being puts us in position to forgive all the time. To let go all the time. Letting go is a daily process. That's how you should see it. Forgiveness is a daily process. When you're living with a work in progress, which is the beauty of humanity. When we come forward, the phone lines are already cracking. When we come forward, I need to talk to you, Theo. Get in here.
I trust my heart, and usually it never lets me down. But every now and then I guess I lose my way, like people often do, and that just goes to prove.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A tentative deal has reportedly been reached to end the strike that shut down East Coast and Gulf ports. CNN says 50,000 members of the International Longshoremen's Association will return to work on Friday. The strike, which began Tuesday, had halted the unloading of cargo ships and disrupted U.S. exports. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is making it clear that anyone not sharing his vision of transforming the public school system must go. Johnson, who is black, spoke before the media saying he was elected to fight for the people of the city, and whoever is in the way, get out of it. It appears that Chicago Public Schools CEO Pedro Martinez got in the way when he and the school board refused the mayor's request to secure a short-term high-interest loan to pay for a new teacher contract. Some aldermen agree that the loan was not a good idea, but they believe Martinez must come up with a plan on revenue options. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
September 15th to 21st is Asthma Peak Week, with the highest concentration of asthma flare-ups and hospitalizations. To become a more active participant in your care, visit luma-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here's what happens when you advertise on KBLA Talk 1580.
3, possibly 4 weeks ago, I heard an advertisement on your radio station from a company called Grid Solar. I would love to have that phone number so I can reach out to them with reference to solar panels being installed on my property.
Our listeners are aware and engaged, but more than that, they are loyal. When they hear empowering messages that uplift their community and help them live better lives, they respond. No medium reaches this coveted black audience like KBLA Talk 1580. so. Hit us up today at smb@kbla1580.com and let us help you connect with our loyal listeners. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black under the hood. Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada. Member FDIC.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey LA, today I'm here to talk to you about Grid Alternatives, which is a nonprofit in LA that focuses on renewable energy. We serve communities who have been left out of the renewable energy sector. We offer paid job training, and in 13 weeks, you can become a solar installer. 80% of our graduates get hired into the industry, and once you're hired in the industry, you stop at a high, medium income. That could be $20 an hour or more. 80% of our graduates get hired into the industry. Call today so you don't be left out at 323-861-0105 or gridalternatives.org, gridalternatives.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
So one must first put order in one's house. The house is burning. And some of us are not aware of it at all. It is actually burning. If you read every day the newspaper, what is happening in every country. So the house, your house and the house of humanity is burning. And we are not doing anything about it. Because we are all concerned with our own immediate security. Right? And when you seek security, for God's sake, you are bringing about total insecurity.
Pause that. We're only in it for our own security. And when you seek security, you are engulfed by total insecurity. Goodness gracious. He's talking about being a human being. Most people don't know how to be in a relationship with a human being. This is what we're talking about. And as I stated at the beginning of the hour, I said, we have to make the distinction. I'm not talking about malignant humanity. I'm talking about regular, run-of-the-mill, everyday humanity. We're all flawed. We're all limited. The Bible says all have fallen short of the grace or the glory of God. We all have. Yes, we all have fallen short. And we will continue to fall short. But what I'm trying to point out here, no one really taught us how to be with a person as they are. Not as we wish them to be. Not as we desire for them to be for us. As Krishnamurti just outlined, we're all looking for security. Show up in my life like this. No, why don't you become what you're asking me to show up as, so it's not an expectation anymore? That's setting a healthy boundary, If somebody say, you need to show up in my life like this, say no. No. I like you. I think you're cool. But I would offer you this. Please become what you're asking me to show up as. That's going to let you know if we're compatible or not. Because if you become what you've been asking me for and I'm still here, that means I'm that too. Uh-oh. See, nobody wants to frame it that way, right? No, See, if you become what you're asking me for, patience, gratitude, empathy, consideration, right? Emotional regulation. You're right. You regulate your own emotions, and that's fine. And then when I need you to, maybe we can co-regulate together when I get comfortable. Right? Great. If you become all of those things, your own source of happiness, your own source of self-esteem, your own source of self-approval and validation, do you know you take those off of the expectations list? And if the person is still there and you guys still have a connection and you guys are still vibing and it still means something and it feels good and you're happy, that person is that too. Right? I keep telling you, people love to mimic. Oh, relationship is a mirror, but what does that mean? You get who you are. What does it mean? See, you have to become what you desire of others. And yes, there is a malignant version. There is a malignant version of humanity. They call it the dark triad. The dark triad is a term for 3 negative personality traits that are often associated with antisocial behavior and a disregard for moral norms. That's narcissism, a sense of grandiosity, egotism, and self-orientation. People with narcissism may be selfish, arrogant, and sensitive to criticism, right? And that's just, narcissism has a whole umbrella. There's covert narcissists where they've mastered faking empathy so well, they look like the victim, right? They call it, cognitive empathy. They've performed empathy so well that they look like the victim. And then they accrue all of these people around them who sympathize and empathize with their plight, called flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz. People who, yeah, they did do you wrong. Yeah, you did help them. Yeah. Do you see? That's just narcissism. That's NPD. That's different from everybody having narcissistic traits. Someone with NPD has been diagnosed by a psychiatrist or a psychologist, right? But everyone has narcissistic tendencies. Everybody has that. So you get from the dark triad, narcissism, then you get Machiavellianism, a tendency to be manipulative, self-interested, and exploitative of others. People with Machiavellianism may be adept liars who appear forthcoming while using deceit to get what they want. Then the third aspect of the dark triad is psychopathy, a tendency to be impulsive, antisocial, and lacking empathy and remorse. People with psychopathy may be emotionally cold and prone, right, to taking significant risks. That's the malignant aspect of humanity. I'm not talking about them tonight. I'm talking about the regular human being with its regular flaws, with its regular issues. We have not been taught how to be in a relationship with a human being. Everybody got to show up doing something. They got to have 2 arms full of groceries, psychological groceries, stuff to if they not coming to make my life better, if they not coming to up-level me, if you need to be up-leveled, you on the ground. How are you on the ground asking for up-leveling? Because do you understand what I'm saying? You need to raise me. Get up, please. All right, here we go. We got callers on the line. Hustle. Okay, give me a second, Hustle. When we come forward, we going to Dade County. We already finna get hit upside the head. Get ready, get ready, get ready!
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
And that chill in the air means one thing. It's truck season!
Oh, just 5 more minutes.
No snoozing. You've got so much to do. So do it all in a Chevy Colorado or Silverado, including the HD or class-leading 440-mile range of the Silverado EV.
Wait, what? Are you talking?
Yes! Picture it. Work, play, hauling gear, off-roading. A Chevy truck can take whatever you can throw at it, including tailgating in an actual tailgate!
I mean, homecoming is just around the corner. Oh, and showing up in a new truck.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Get things done and look good doing it.
Okay, I'm up. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Without offering me a ride? That's cold.
It's Chevy truck season. Head to your local Chevy dealer and get 0% financing on all 2024 Silverado pickups when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
0% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 9.3%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available at least in some of the offers. Take me retail delivery by 10/31/24.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well-trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We are young, hearted to heart, we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. We are strong. No one can tell us we're wrong. Searching our hearts for so long. Both of us knowing love is a battlefield.
I'm a human being. My way of life, my way of thinking, my action is comparatively like the rest of mankind.
Yeah.
They may have outward different, but deeply I'm the rest of mankind. I am mankind.
Well, except that you're a very unusual person, but leaving that aside.
No, I am mankind, because we all suffer, we all go through a hell of a time. So, I am the rest of mankind, so I am humanity. That is real love.
Yes, but how does this...
Therefore, see, I'll show you.
If somebody says, well, all right, but you're just you're by yourself. I mean, you may be showing...
Pause. He's always explaining to these white folk. He says, I am humanity. No, but you're a special person. No. Humanity is me and I am humanity. From that perspective, who can you judge? Who can you condemn? Right? We're all a work in progress. Do you see? Man, listen, let me get these callers in here, man. Krishnamurti night. Y'all know what it is. Hustle! Miami, Florida. I know you got something for me tonight. Talk to me, brother.
Hey, what's happening, bro?
What's up, good brother? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, first I want to say I like that logo on that T-shirt.
Ah, you like that, huh?
Yeah, it's tough.
Thank you, brother.
So we're thinking on forgiveness. I started to think about the word itself, right? It's like, forgive. Well, what are we giving? Right? And I thought about it. To me, you're giving understanding. All right? Because for you to reconcile with something, you need to understand what happened, what took place for you to feel peace with it. Otherwise, you're sitting in a lost space. You're kind of in the dark about it. And, fear typically comes from the unknown. All right? So if you're dealing with another person, when you forgive, I almost think you have to have understanding before the situation even happens.
Say more. When you say you have to have understanding, because I don't want it to, because some may take that to like almost like mind reading or forecasting or reading the future or I don't want it to come across like that. I kind of
no.
It's anticipatory though, right?
No. Understanding. Look at it this way. It doesn't mean that you know what they're thinking. It's you know that they're human. You understand the situation. You're paying attention. You're taking time to be considerate. Understanding does not mean acceptance. Well, no, let me not say acceptance. It does not mean agreement. It does not mean enablement. You get where I'm going with that? Because you can forgive somebody, meaning you understand why or however and what happened.
Right. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. Got it.
It's not for them.
Right.
Not for them. But from that point, now you make your own decisions based on what's understood.
So I'm going to ask you a heavy question because you're a heavy cat, brother. Do you think it is at all possible, because we live in a spiritually fatigued world, right? When I say spiritually fatigued, first off, it's too hard. It's a bunch of spiritual quitters, right? So do you think one could live in a perpetual state of consideration, of empathy, of compassion for oneself and others? And if they could, would that state be like a state of like meditation or mindfulness?
Well, I'm glad you asked it. So one of the things I've suffered with is rumination. You familiar with that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what has helped me a lot with that is, well, first I had to become aware of it. So you can, change paths or stop it or whatever you want to do. But what I've been doing lately is turning that after awareness into, instead of speaking out towards whoever it is I'm thinking about, I start to speak to myself. So when you ask, having a perpetual state of consideration and things like that. Consider yourself.
No. It's definitely, it's not consideration coming from one point to another. This is an inclusive consideration. Yes, considering yourself, absolutely. But what I hear all too often is, I'm tired. I can't. You're draining. You're draining me. To me, these are low conscious levels of consciousness. This is a person who hasn't developed emotional regulation from the psychological standpoint. But from the spiritual standpoint, all things that are of high conscious value, when we talk about the consciousness levels of Dr. David R. Hawkins, when he talks about his consciousness grid, when we get past the 250 mark, which is neutrality. Remember what we said in previous shows where I said, first you got to get neutral with yourself before you can get mutual with another person, right? You got to work it out with you first. And then when you start rising up this level of consciousness, you find that it's inexhaustible. You get exhausted at lower levels. Let me say it another way. Lower, unhealed, unreconciled levels of consciousness. That's when you get tired. That's when I can't do this no more. Oh my God. This is why I say for the average person at the lower levels of consciousness, breakup is the ultimate boundary. That's the ultimate act of setting boundaries. You gotta go. And people think that the reset button is going to get them a new reality. And oftentimes it doesn't. You have to work these things out. Go ahead.
I'm glad you said this because I did have something, maybe an alternate view. You mentioned about relationship being a mirror. However, I don't think it's necessarily you reflect, the other person is being a mirror of you. I think it's to reflect and see yourself. So when you think of, what did you just say? Basically, here it is. Wait,
stay right there. Stay right there. We're going to carry you over to the top. Hey, Hustle in here cooking. If you want to cook like Hustle, all you got to do is call me 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it.